I want to bring in now on this broadcast Ashutosh Mishra, who's reporting for us from Mandi in Himachal Pradesh, one of the worst affected parts of Himachal. I'd also like to introduce Kamaljeet Sandhu, who's joining us live from Mohali in Punjab too. There's been record rainfall that's been reported over the weekend. Ashutosh, to you first, good morning. Hope you're safe. What's the situation currently in Mandi, Ashutosh? Because the images that have been coming in are extremely worrying.
As you appropriately mentioned, it's concerning and critical. Yes, that is the situation here in Mandi. In fact, yesterday, right after the gates of Pando Dam were opened, in fact, the water level touched this iconic, this foot-over bridge made during 1877. So this is one of the most iconic bridge where the water level literally touched upon. And in fact, the furious Beas River, look at this. These heavy giant trees were uprooted from the mountain areas and were literally washed away and came all along this residential complex. There you see this is a Dharamshala and this is the temple premises, Shiva temple. All these areas are now totally inundated. Now I'm gradually walking over this foot-over bridge right over the Beas, and this will show you the images of furious Beas River. And since the rainfall continues, there is not just alert, but it's actually a red alert sound in this entire area. In fact, few people I could still see near the temple area, which are struggling to clear the debris that were came along with this water level yesterday. However, the water was, well, the locals, as they said, that by morning the water level was quietly reduced. But in last, at least in last 50 to 60 minutes, they have yet again realized that water level is gradually now going up further. And it is all because of the non-stop rain. Remember, yesterday, 6:30 p.m. Akshita, I was reporting live from Delhi's Mandi house. Here, 6:30 morning, I was live from Mandi district of Himachal Pradesh. And now I'm taking you to those images of the historic ancient Shiva temple, which is now been totally landlocked, literally has become an island, totally disconnected from the mainland. As there was a bridge which was connecting that. I'll ask Nasir to just a few more steps here further to show you these images. That's exactly the ancient Shiva temple. There was a bridge which was connecting the temple from the mainland and now has been totally disconnected because there was a bridge, iron metal bridge, which was washed away. And this is not just one. In Mandi alone, there were around 7 to 8 such foot-over bridges. And remember this structure, they are quite huge. You have a 30-40 people walking at one go. But here, this was the furious, and that was the intensity of rainfall and the water flow that literally washed away not just those foot-over bridges, but the moment these water level crossed up to the bank areas of the river, several vehicles we have seen literally washed away. Yet you see, these all areas are continue to be inundated, totally submerged, and the river continues to be furious. Now further, if there is a rise, I could possibly see several trees, those who were uprooted in the mountain areas, are still literally, just like a piece of cotton. So that's the scary situation. And if you see the upper region, totally thick layer of cloud, and since the red alert has been issued for another 24 hours, as a preventive measures, we have SDRF, NDRF team deployed at different areas. In fact, right here in this place, last night, almost 15 people were evacuated in an operation by team of the NDRF. School colleges as a preventive measure have been shut out. Now, look at this. This was the bridge yesterday. I mean, people have been saying from here, this area, that water level at least was never so furious that it could possibly touch upon this, this level of, or this iconic bridge of Mandi. But now that has, the situation was yesterday, by in few hours the water level receded. But now what we have again started noticing that possibly in last 60-65 minutes, yet again the water level is rising. Of course, the administration, the government is keeping a close eye, particularly what is happening in Mandi, because the similar water will be flowing further towards Kangra, and this has all affected. We have been traveling via Chandigarh to this place. Most of these areas, there are massive landslides. It was difficult to reach here. Usually the stretch that takes from Delhi to Mandi 7 to 8 hours. It took us more than 12 hours to reach here, this place. That was an overnight journey, totally dense fog and multiple landslide zones. And further, in fact, if you travel towards Manali, entire road had been washed away. So this is indeed making situation very critical. People are concerned. Of course, there are advisories issued asking people do not venture out near the bank areas and areas of the such river, and rather being safe, because largely those hilly parts there will be multiple landslides because of the non-stop rainfall. And of course, if there is a further surge in the water level, these water level rise further, that will also affect the residential areas, as already water had started reaching to the residential areas here in Mandi. Akshita.
And worrying to see, how the water levels have risen in the Bias River, and there are many constructions, buildings along the river banks that have been completely washed away. This is why several advisories have been put forth. There is a concern that what's happening in Himachal currently could go the Uttarakhand way. The next 24 hours will be crucial really to see what happens. Ashutosh will get us those reports. Ashutosh, just stay on with me.